I've been in jail lots.
Yes?
Done a few minor jail stints, just being drunk and out of control and
silly?
drunk and disorderly. And, I called a couple of coppers fucking pigs once. Drunk in the toilet block at the Geelong football ground after drinking a cask of red wine on the train down to watch our footy team play. Fucking pigs, I called them, and they handcuffed me and threw me in a divvy wagon and took me off to Geelong Police Station. And I was so drunk, I was singing "I'm Going Home" in the back of the divvy, man. They threw me in the police station, and the male coppers were just laughing at me. And they said, "What did you get, love? Drunk and disorderly or abusive language?" And I said, "All of that." All of that. And they went, "Well, what you got to do now is take all your jewellery off and get in that cell." And it was a stage where I was just going like wearing everything I possibly could in costume jewellery, cheap costume jewellery. So it took me about half an hour to get it all off because I was pissed.
Yeah. Did you get it all back?
Yeah, then they threw me in this cell. Oh my God, stunk of weed. And I just rung red. So I started doing what Papillon did, and I was pacing and counting my steps in this tiny little piss-smelling cell. Oh my God. Yeah, so that was one of them, but there's been others.
What about institutions and death? Knocked on your door before?
Well, I'm not dead, but I'll tell you what, I had esophageal. Before I stopped, the doctors threatened that if I kept drinking, I would end up with esophageal hemorrhaging, which comes with too much drinking. And obviously I had a very fatty liver, and I looked like I had love handles that had their own postcode, and I had a face that had red blood vessels sticking out of it.
Yeah.
And I'd blown up like a puffer fish.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't think now, looking at me.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
But yeah, everything had fallen apart, including me.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, physically it just got me.
So how old were you when you got sober?
I was 63.
63?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm 71 now.
Amazing.
I had lots of sober stints through the years. Like the first time I went to AA was 1990. I was in a women's group in Geelong back then that was called Women for Sobriety.
Yes.
And there was about 10 women in this room when I walked in, and I felt, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? And I sat down next to this woman who had no front teeth, Christine. She's dead now. She drank herself to death. She had no front teeth. And she looked at me and said, "Susie, this is a cunt of a disease." Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was That was the first AA meeting I ever went to. And I thought, this is good, like this. These people are real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't stick with
it. I didn't stay sober. God, no. I didn't stay sober till 2010. I was living in Sydney and I went to AA there, IAA. I went there after having a huge blow up with my family, talk at Christmas time. Got back to Sydney. I was really, really, I went to Sydney with my partner I had in mind that if I went to Sydney, did the geographical, I could bring myself to death because there was no family to judge me. I thought that's a really good plan. And then after this huge family fight where they all said they didn't want me in the family anymore, and this is unless I stop drinking, I was working at the Salvos in Manly, and afterwards I was sitting in a bar in Manly on my own, and I was just devastated because I was divorced from my family, and I was drinking heavily and on my own and crying. And these two men walked in, and they just walked straight up to me and said, "Why are you crying?" One was in white robes, and this is just the God jobs that happen. It's insane. One was in a suit, one was in white robes, and they said,